So we kind of have to talk about, I don't really want to, hate on this iPhone too much longer, but we kind of have to wrap things up with this specific iPhone. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure this iPhone has aged the worst probably against a majority of different iPhones that have been out. And this specific iPhone is the iPhone 12 mini. Now, I personally actually thought this wasn't like the worst phone Apple's ever made, and the concept was great, but I feel like because the iPhone 13 mini was just so much better, it has made the iPhone 12 mini seem like such a weird deal, and that is probably the main reason why the iPhone 12 mini isn't aging that well. Because its direct successor, the iPhone 13 mini, was just substantially better, it just made way more sense to go ahead and buy an iPhone like that rather than an iPhone 12 mini. But, hindsight is 2020, whatever they call it. So if you had an iPhone, 12 mini, you can't just expect the 13 mini to be better. But now that the 13 mini has aged a little bit better, especially with it being pretty much the only mini lineup iPhone you can buy brand new, it was very interesting how Apple was quick to kind of remove the iPhone 12 mini. And that is another very interesting thing of why the iPhone 12 mini didn't age too well, because it had a very short lifespan for an iPhone that should have probably been sold by Apple right now. So for those of you who don't know, when Apple releases a brand new iPhone, the cheaper iPhones of that iPhone lineup, that numbered lineup, they will pretty much just drop down by $100 and they'll just keep selling that iPhone year after year after year. Well, with the iPhone 12 mini, what they ended up doing was instead of dropping the 12 mini down to that $499 price tag, they just removed that iPhone entirely. So that was a very interesting thing. That iPhone before was $599, then they dropped it down. They should have dropped it down to $499, but they didn't end up doing that. So that was another very interesting thing that Apple ended up doing. I guess they just didn't want this iPhone kind of lingering around either. Maybe there was some weird issues going on with this iPhone as well. So that was like another big thing. It was weird that they just discontinued this iPhone instead of actually dropping another iPhone on top of this, or maybe dropping it to that, $499 price tag. That would have made a lot more sense in my opinion. And finally, with iOS 16, it actually did end up hurting the battery life on this iPhone quite a bit. And it went from being, such a solid, it wasn't even that great when it first came out, but I mean, that was kind of the issue. This iPhone's battery life was already not that great, and then it ended up getting worse with iOS 16. So I will definitely tell you, I think the iPhone 12 mini is not a bad iPhone, but everything pretty much surrounding this iPhone and the weird things that Apple has done with this device, it just shows to me that this iPhone hasn't really aged that well, and that is basically the, kind of the future of the 12 mini. It's just going to be a phone that's going to be supported, and if you want to buy it in the brand new market, go for it, but it's not really going to be, probably the first iPhone I would recommend people to buy. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would be so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.